Hello again, I'm Dr. David Lee with Old Fashioned Health Network. I'm the host of the medical show, and today we're going to talk about ionic foot baths or cellular cleanses with your feet in the water. A lot of people just call them foot baths. There's a lot of myths and a lot of science that goes along with the foot bath, and I want to talk about those today so we can get people excited about good technology and bypass all the BS that goes along with it. Fair enough? So ionic foot baths have been around for a long time, and we talk about it. The Jerusalem water is one of our patients who was teasing us about the other day. Foot washing ministries is another person talks about it, because Jesus washed people's feet. People in biblical times washed people's feet as a sense of not just detoxification, but also out of respect and out of joy and out of service. So we don't mind washing people's feet. But you can also put your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, your knees in a foot bath. So it's just called foot bath out of convenience. The bottom line is you take a bucket of water, you put some feet in the water, and then we like to use the feet when we can because that's the farthest part away from your heart. What happens in the foot bath is very, very misunderstood by most people. So let's cover that really carefully. You see, the red blood cells are designed to look like lifesaver candies, a little dish on the top and the bottom. Those little red blood cells carry in that dish, or like the little pickup truck you want to call it, the back of the pickup truck, 2 oxygen molecules on each side, electricity from the heart, nutrients from the gut, and then when they're empty, they carry toxins back out for the trash dump on the way back. As a matter of fact, when the body's working properly, you will see 60% of the body toxins exiting the body through your breath. That's right, 60% of the toxins leave your body through your breath. 30% through your skin and sweat, good idea to exercise. 7% the colon, and 3% the bladder. So the bathroom, even though the 8th graders like to joke about the bathroom jokes, the bathroom, if you do the math, is not the bad place. The bathroom is 10% of the toxins leaving the body. As a matter of record, the human urine, is actually 97% the best sports drink on the planet. Oh my goodness, the Gatorade people are not going to be happy with me. 97% of your urine is actually a sports drink, all the good nutrients that your body didn't have time to process properly, so it got washed down the drain. 3% of the urine is toxic. That's why in survival class, those who have been understand you could survive for 30 days recycling your own urine because of the good stuff that's in it. Not to be shared with others, by the way, just for the record. Okay, back to the foot bath. Let's talk about 60% leaving your body through your breath, 30% through your skin and sweat, 7% the colon, 3% the urine. So how do we detox foot bath? That means that when you put your feet in the water, immediately the water starts to change colors and everybody goes, wow, look at all the toxins coming out of my body into the foot bath. That is not the truth. There is no science behind it. That is not what's happening in the foot bath. This is what's happening in the foot bath. The red blood cells are now farthest away from your heart, which is when they're at their weakest. They've already picked up the electricity in the heart. They've already picked up oxygen in the lungs. They've already picked nutrition in the gut. They've delivered it all around your body, and now they're starting to be depleted. When they get depleted, they start to lose their electricity and they lose their polarity. Polarity for the red blood cell is a positive charged ion on the inside and negative on the outside. Positive inside, negative on the outside. When you get 2 of them getting close together, they're both negative on the outside, what do? You go first, you go first, you go first. They push each other away, they repel each other. That's what they're supposed to do. But when some of them lose their polarity and some of them gain their polarity, some of them are positive, some of them are negative, what do? Snap together like magnets. So they become sticky. In the microscope world, it's in French, it's called rouleau. The blood becomes rouleau, or very sticky. The blood gets all sludged up together. So now instead of one red blood cell carrying its load around and then bouncing off the other red blood cells, you got 2, 4, 10, 20, 60, 20,000 red blood cells all stuck together. If it gets bad enough, they call that a stroke, by the way. If it gets bad enough, it's called blood stacking or sludgy blood. You can get an example of that with a diabetic's feet. Their blood is so sticky because of the blood sugar issues, it's so much rouleau, that the red blood cells get clogged up in the capillaries so they can't circulate at all. When the capillation is gone, you get blood pooling and blood sticking, and then the blood stagnation, and eventually death of the tissues. That's what's happening there. So as you circulate the blood from the body into the feet, that's when the blood cells are at their most vulnerable. What is the foot bath doing? The little tiny array that's in the foot bath here, a little electrical array with a little tiny charge, is ionizationing the water, creating an electrical charge so slight they barely feel it. Some people feel it, but most people don't. Recharging the red blood cells into a positive on the inside, negative on the outside, making them more available to pick up toxins and carry them around the body, so that what will happen over the course of the next 24 hours is that your body will start to expel toxins through the breath. 60% through your breath. So what you can expect after a foot bath is your feet will be clean and your breath will be ugly. That's what's happening. What's happening in the bucket? It's changing colors, but this bucket is changing colors right now and there's nobody's feet or hands in the bucket. That's because the water changes color because of the toxins in the water, the chemicals in the water, the chemicals on the array, the plastic in the bucket, the oil they put on your skin, the lotion you put on your skin. All of these other factors change the color of the water. The brown does not mean liver, the blue does not mean lymphatic, etc., like you heard and read on charts before. It just depends on the chemistry that's in the water that's in there. What's happening is the blood is being ionized so that the red blood cells are more available to carry toxins out of the body, so that 24 hours after the entire foot bath experience is over, then the body was more equipped to throw the toxins out through your breath. The good reason you should ask yourself is, why do babies not have morning breath? And old people do. Because babies don't have a buildup of toxins like old people do. You go into Grandpa Joe's room and in the middle of the night when he's sleeping and he's snoring and the room smells like a liver detox factory. You go in the baby's room and it still smells sweet. That's the difference. The detox is happening through your breath. That's what happens in the foot bath. The foot bath stimulates the red blood cells to be more active and more alive so they can carry the toxins out the body, up through the channels, to the lungs, and then discharge them as you breathe out. That's what the magic of the foot bath is all about. Now, how often should you do one? Well, the researchers say that people should do a foot bath for every year you are old, once a year. So if you're 1 year old, once a year is enough. If you're 52 years old, you probably ought to do one once a week. Because most people have a buildup of toxins that are far and beyond what they've done, and most of us don't exercise every day, etc., So what happens? The toxins build up, and either store the toxins in your joints for arthritis, or you store the toxins where? In fat tissue, so you can get a little more plumper, or you destroy other tissues by trying to get the toxins out the wrong way. Foot baths. Try one, get it done, understand the science behind it, know that the dirtier the water is, the better the foot bath was. The more reaction you have, the more toxins you're going to get out over the next 24 hours, not in the bucket of water. If you get in a foot bath and the water stays nice, crystal clean and clear the whole time you're in the foot bath, which is normally about 23 to 25 minutes, that means either the machine is broken or your body is so non-electrical that it's not transmitting any energy at all and your cells aren't getting recharged. So don't get excited when you get in the foot bath and go, oh, mine's better, I'm getting better, I'm getting cleaner. No, that means your body's blocked up. The dirty water, if the water gets like molasses thick, that's the healthy person, not the clean, clear water person. Make sense? That's a chemical reaction, that's what we're looking for. That's what an ionic foot bath is all about. That's how the science stacks up, and that's what you want to happen. You want the water to get ugly, you want it to get dirty, you want it to get crunchy. I don't recommend you do the whole body foot bath at the same time because you're going to decrease a lot of toxins really fast. It has been done. I've personally done it myself. I took the water all the way up to my chin in the bathtub, put the foot bath array in the bathtub, laid in there for 30 minutes like that, and made the water ugly. It was exciting. I detoxed. I felt like I had the flu for 3 days. I don't recommend doing that ever again. I won't anyway. Questions about foot bath? I hope we've answered them. Hope you have a great day. This is Dr. Lee for Old Fashioned Health.